No idea what was that. That was actually like my router or something going PPG, I guess. No router even. My laptop or something decided to. Maybe it was actually a router. My laptop just didn't pick it back up or something. But yeah, just for some reason like stopped working. Phone works. Friends still fine. No idea. But we back, yeah, sorry. Not sure. Thought we in general got like connection rip, but no. Apparently only my stuff. I thought I missed someone. Sorry. And now we back. Now we are back. Alright. Hopefully not gonna repeat. Had some issues like with like laptop, I think, DNS or some stuff. There was some fiesta. Hey Zach Mac, hello. How are you doing? But I fixed it, and there was nothing for a while. Not sure. Not sure, maybe time already to reset the router though, maybe. Been a while. Could be time to do that. Alright. Oh, let's continue. Let's continue. But yeah, with the card games where every card is a DLC, that was Artifact already for you. I needed to actually buy stuff. That didn't go that well for them. So you aren't the first. With that one. Alright. Well, let's see. What else do we have? Zombie Builder Defense. The mature content in that one. Insane. It's probably zombies dying. Oh, it's a zombies fun-filled top-down shooter. So you actually build and upgrade stuff here in this one too, I see, with some co-op. Up to 4 players in online co-op. Mini games here and bonuses survive the zombie apocalypse one night at a time. See. Similar to Slime 3K. Not sure about that one. That doesn't seem exactly like the Vampire Survivors like, so... Damn, the progress though. Holy shit. Got a lot of unlocks, 100 unlockable ranks. Damn. Taste of Cold, them. Project Zomboid? Nope. I haven't played that one. Damn, I read that the Super Wooden GP. The wooden one. Letter to the world of motorsports, offering unique experience. Arcade style isometric racing meets unrivaled campaign depth. A huge variety of vehicles to buy, sell, and unlock. Those look kind of familiar. Like some old stuff. With this perspective especially. It's quite cheap and yeah, people seem to be enjoying this one. Quite a lot actually. That's nice. Central map where you'll find infinite possibilities, more than 180 vehicles. Taking up time. Damn son. Unlock secret cars. 9 car manufacturers in different countries of the world. They need to pay like some sort of like license fees or something to some of the manufacturers. If they use their car in the game. Gatekeeper Infinity. This one apparently is like farming quite a lot of positive reviews and everything. And they managed to push the prologue quite well there because of the co-op, and apparently prologue has decent amount of content already too. So peeps already be talking about this one a lot. Even like one of my friends like linked that stuff. So yeah, apparently this one is quite solid just for the prologue, yeah. I see some people even kind of like in comments also were saying in the reviews that, you know, nice game. Like not a lot of content and everything. A repetitive gameplay. Well, I mean, that's the roguelike stuff after all. That's the roguelike stuff after all. Does not change from run to run. That's the route that would be not much of a positive ones, just boring. I think it might be one of those cases when it's like, you know, if you play in co-op, it's super good. If you solo, then it might be not super good. Basically, much better games in this genre. Level ups and items are very bland. End up picking the same stuff every time in the same order. Well, I mean, probably also because it's the prologue. So, like, all the most of the items and other cool things will be in the full version, though, I would assume. See the top down. Some of the top down Fiesta they're going. That's for friends, yeah, can you imagine? Prologue or demo of a roguelike is a danger zone. I mean, sorta, yeah. It kind of depends, though. It kind of depends. I think a lot of them do quite good, though, in the end. As in, like you need to find some sort of balance there. So, like, people don't get enough already just playing the prologue. Because some demos or prologues are like this. You can just play for, like, so much. Like, you feel like you're already, like, done with the game before it's even out, you know? Let's put it that way. So, yeah, it's tricky, but I think it's actually... with roguelikes, it's still kind of good, Like, if people already got into the loop, then... the probability of them actually getting the main game is way higher. Because if they're already, like, grinding even the prologue that much, then they might want some more. But yeah, I wonder this one might be the case with you know, where the co-op is the huge deciding factor. I think whatever friend linked to me also was like mentioning that it's like super good in co-op and everything. That's why he did. So maybe most of the people are doing it that way, and solo might be not as boga. But it's also just prologue, so why not? It's free anyway. Strike Force Heroes. Old school arena shooter. Rebuilt with modern mechanics and full cooperative and PvP online multiplayer. With top action and with epic storytelling. Okay, given. Load. There we go. Oh, the browser one, I see. There's also kind of like really like something we're gonna be seeing a lot probably. Wouldn't say meta, but kinda. There's so many of like the Newgrounds and like other Flash and browser games just getting ported now as a full standalone Steam versions. Just find some like, you know, some Flash game that was like super popular. Well, like not super popular, but kind of known, you know. Get the license for that. Actually, I'm not sure even, like, are they like licenses? Like maybe some were made by God knows who can't claim the authorship, so they just kinda, you know, like redo it and done. The familiar font could be. Let's see what I say. Showing enough versus uploading the entire game in the demo like an idiot. Well, I mean, yeah, that might be a bit of an issue. Well, you can kind of like maybe limit, like kind of allow people to have a lot of shit, but just limit like with like one run, one chapter, one act, you know, something. And then just basically kind of like reset their save file or something. So they can unlock and see a lot of things, but they will need to restart many times. actually do roguelike without the light progression grind. I see, alright. That's a tricky one, I feel. That's a tricky one, I feel. Like, even the ones with progression nowadays, I'm not often, you know, doing multiple times. If there is, like, no progression and stuff, then... I don't know. One run, and then it's over. Sometimes. Sometimes. But yeah, this, like, port of the web browser game seems like doing pretty good there. The progress is almost a no-brainer nowadays, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, it's like... It just feels good to return when you kind of, like, have some sort of, like, you know, progression. Like, Cobalt Core, actually, in my opinion, does that really good. Like, you unlock some new... like, basically decks, new cards, new artifacts, new... Like, like, all your runs are kind of different, and you also have, like, things to unlock, something that motivates you to go for more endings and everything. Because you get a new ship. Ships are different. The gameplay is different. Characters that you unlock during the play, also different. Then there is also the story of the character that you unlock by, you know, winning, basically. Then a couple of hidden characters. We'll see how to... We'll see if we'll get those. I got all the not hidden ones, at least for now. So it's kind of like, if it's done well, it's really good. Like, you return and you play some more. And just gameplay might be nice, but like nowadays I feel it's also kind of part of the thing with the, you know, like the live service crowd and everything. You just kind of like sunken cost fallacy, I guess, in a way. Like, if you are like grinding some like roguelite with progression, you just kind of like, you know, keep sort of grinding because you already invested into it. If you just have, you know, completely independent runs and full wipe roguelike, then you kind of like do the run, check what it is, and then there is like some other game on the horizon or something, and you can just like easily switch because nothing really holds you, since, you know, every run you start anew anyway. Assiste USA, time to suffer. They keep on grinding and get the dopamines. Well, it's like, it's the highly competitive environment. Like, the pure, full roguelike, I don't know, it's just kinda... It depends on the mentality of the people too, though. Like, if I manage to get, like, the right audience, because some people do like those, like, they don't like the meta progression, they just want full roguelike. But you need to find those people, you need them to like the game. Because I, for example, I do like some sort of meta progression. I am an MMO grinder, right? I do want to have some sort of longevity for things, Like, if it's single player story based, I want to get, you know, from the beginning to the end. If it's the roguelike without meta progression, then I usually also just go from the beginning to the end, and then it's over. Most of the time, to be honest. To be honest. And when there is a little bit of meta progression, then at least I kind of can maybe do some more. I still need to like it though, of course. Like with Cobalt Core, I already like playing like, what, three runs already there. And it feels good because I like unlocking things there. I want to see more stuff. The game is good too though, but yeah, like I think the meta progression is done really well there. Like those bits of story that you open, they're actually kind of interesting. Roguelike is cancelled, I think there's still a lot of people who do like that. I just feel that meta progression is good. The thing is, like, it should be interesting meta progression, right? Like, for example, a lot of, like, the Vampire Survivors, like, nowadays, they just have, like, you know, you just, like, farm, like, 50 coins per run, and then you need, like, 100 coins to get, like, plus 5% HP or something. Like, that shit? No. No. That is actually even worse. Like, where was it? Well, we had it. Like, this is like the really good example how like the good meta progressing can like fix things, or how it can ruin when it's bad. Because now 77% positive, but could we see? Yeah, like look at the start basically. Where the start, and then let's see when the patch was out. New meta upgrades, UI improvements. November 9th. New starter slime, a new meta upgrade. Okay, so they're upgrading meta like basically constantly now. Yeah, there was a hot fix pretty much. November 3rd, so instantly basically upgraded, which is good. Yeah, the launch was actually 3rd, I think, wasn't it? Oh, 2nd it was, okay. So like next day after launch, they already like started fixing the meta progression. So like 2nd it launched, people just kind of started. Here people already played enough and started to realize, you know. And then hotfix also dropped, and it slowly with more and more fixes kind of got to some sort of like, you know, solid curve. It was mixed at the start. And that was exactly because the progression was just grindy. It was very grindy. Like, it's cheap, it's like your regular stuff and everything. It's already like more of a new ones there. Some people still don't really like it. Yeah, 3rd November. Card unlocks take forever. I need to go from 400k to 600k XP to get my next card unlock, and I'm only getting around 40k per victory. So like 5 wins, not even like just runs, just to unlock new card and stuff. Because like, it's a difference between basically, do you want to make your game into some sort of like live service, you know, grindy fiesta, or do you just want people to kind of, you know, do a few return for a few runs and then like maybe peace out or something? And I think it depends. Like, I think mostly, especially for indie games, it's better actually to have your players to return, do a few runs, and then kind of like they done, rather than going full live service grind, because yeah, people actually read really hard on Slime 3K on release. Now they also kind of like did it, in my opinion, kind of smart. They also got like a lot of first upgrades, like early upgrades. They got like super easy. Like you basically like get level 1 and everything after just like a few runs basically. So it feels kind of, you know, oh shit, the progress. I'm already like leveling things up good. And then you already kind of start, you know, hitting maybe a little bit of a wall when you need to save up a little just to get some upgrades. But I don't know, it's something that requires a lot of like testing of economy, I feel. Like the meta progression. Because I feel the best way when you like get some sort of like, you know, the carrot on a stick always. So like after pretty much like every run and stuff, you can like unlock something at least. That feels good. Well, that feels good. It's kind of the same as like with some RPGs or something, for example. When you have like the level up that does like pretty much nothing. Like old Fallouts actually kind of have that to some extent, right? That they do have the skills, the skill points you get that you can invest into skills, but you don't really like, you know, like feel it or see it that fast. So you get like perks once per 3 levels, and the rest you just kind of like get those level ups that are kind of like not that important, I guess. There are worse examples, I just don't remember exactly like which ones were that. It's like when you level up, alright. Like nothing changes, nothing happens, you just leveled up. And then once a few level ups or something, you actually get like some perk or something else to do, and then it feels good. But when it's too rare, it's just kind of like, come on, dude. The Endless Giga Grind not for you. Yeah, I do nowadays especially think it's kind of like not a good idea. There's like so much to play already, so much games and stuff people playing, so much competition for the time. So like making something that you kind of can be done with feels very good. Like, it feels good for me, for example, right? I'm a streamer. I play, like, for, like, 8 hours a day at least. And then off-stream grinding some Diablo and stuff like this, too. You know, I have time to play, and it's still not enough. And then for some people who, like, work on everything, for them that might be, like, completely, you know, like, the game-changing moment. Like, do I want to play this? Because I have no time. Or I just continue playing something else I already have. Dungeons 4 out, very positive. That was a massive demo on this one too. Huge. It seems like the full release is good. 87%. Not bad. Not bad. The Colony ship? Colony ship, yeah, monitoring for a long time already. I want a baker. What? Precision platformer. The robust level editor and online level sharing. Ah. So they got like the Mario Maker at home. For free even. Insane. Now this was, I guess it was like early access or something. Holy shit, the reviews though. Insane. Yeah, coming out of early access, I see. Nice. And all that for free. Even songs for the levels you build. What's the catch? What's the catch? Doesn't even say microtransactions. Come on, dude. Is that even possible? Is that even possible? Free to play with no monetization of any kind. Crazy, man. How is that possible? Blades and Tails. Fury Agenda. There it is. Turn-based RPG that is action-oriented but rewards a thoughtful approach. Explore fantastic land populated different animal tribes, follow the main story, or hunt for treasures and ancient ruins and mysterious dungeons. Develop your character and gain a powerful equipment. Damn, son. This one is also pumping there. They're very positive, 92%. Something wrong with the free-to-play game suddenly. I think that's like just kind of solid way to get, you know, foot in the door and stuff. You get something really good free-to-play. Get, you know, some recognition and stuff. Get yourself out there. And then at some point you kind of like expand. Do something else. Well, I mean, like worst case, you just have something solid to put in your portfolio. Or with some players, some reviews and stuff that you can put there. A best case, I guess, you get some sort of recognition. Get some sort of community to build. Get some community to be built around. And then, you know, well, now we're making another project. Maybe completely different even. A lot of free installs and then end up with 10 reviews with their paid games. Yeah, that might happen a lot too. That is true. That is true. I think that's actually like about kind of like engaged audience though. Like it's, you know, some like the community making that will probably like work for your next game or something if you manage to engage the community enough for them to support you and everything. I think that's the only really way you can go for. Especially if games are completely different. So it is tricky, yeah. But you can get like some sort of like following on different socials, right? Like get like some, get the Discord server going with peeps, you know. Gonna get like the signal boosts everywhere. But I mean, it's also like quite an investment, right? Especially I bet like something like this. It's quite an investment of time and effort to put something that might actually not be exactly, you know, the going that well. He's still risking, right? Even with the free-to-play project, he still can go completely under all the radars and stuff. And even if not, then that might still not benefit you in the long run with other projects. So as usual, as always, it's all very random. You can't predict what's gonna happen. Colony sheep, yeah, this one I was kind of following for a very long time. Gilton, yeah. Well, I mean, that's also a side thing too for that, right? Like you can maybe boost yourself and some of your next projects, but yeah, worst case, it's portfolio stuff. It's portfolio. Portfolio apparently nowadays is very important. Yeah, this one I probably will play. Most likely. The question is when, but most likely. That one I was interested in for a while. The question is, as usual, when? Where do I have that, like, window? I can try to slide that in. We'll see. $400 there, son. Too many games, too little time. Yep, absolutely. As I said, I play like 8 hours a day at least, basically, and I don't have enough. Now imagine like people who just come back home from work and have like a couple of hours to play, and then you also like fighting for those couple of hours with, like, you know, World of Warcraft, like in Salpo's case, for example. Or you have like some of the other live services, some like the Weeb Gacha shit or something. Yeah, sure, it's like 30 minutes, you know, just to tune in, do your dailies and stuff. But you know, it's 30 minutes is good when you have 8 hours. But when you have 2 hours, 30 minutes is already, you know, 25% of that time. That's the stay I say. Reducing the backlog right now instead of grinding. I mean, reducing backlog shouldn't really be like, you know, the main goal. I think there should be like a list of things that you kind of like need to play, like in your genre, in your preferences, that you think are kind of like super worth doing it. And for me, it's like classic RPGs, for example, right? Like something like Arcanum, Planescape, you know, like those things are there because like I need to. No, they are like must play list. That's something you kind of need to focus. But also like huge RPGs are like really hard to focus because for those you need to find a lot of time. I do slowly remove though. Slowly we're removing them. Got the whole Gothic series, right? Like now already like Elder Scrolls is also mostly done. Skyrim alone left. And I have plenty of time until the next one. Doubled into like the boss effect and everything too, so you know. 4 hours a day, Monday, Friday, if you're not doing anything else, I say. This gets good around 100-hour mark. Yep, exactly. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, if I know that it's, like, you know, good, like, it's considered classics and everything, for example, or, like, really good. Like, why I managed to finish Pillars and stuff. It took me, like, 17, 20 hours just to kind of, like, get in the mood to keep playing it. Until then, I was just forcing myself. Like, I wasn't feeling it whatsoever. Like, combat gameplay was, like, you know, the all typical, like, D&D real-time fiesta going on with tactical pause. And I still find it, like, not my most favorite type of gameplay at all. And then you have, like, this, like, huge, massive, like, lore chunk that this kind of, like, you know, like, builds around you, all of a sudden materializes around you, and you just kind of, like, slowly start, like, digging through that stuff. After 20 hours, it kind of became, like, so good that, yeah, I couldn't already stop after that and finished all of it with DLCs and stuff. But, like, if I wouldn't be streaming, for example, then I maybe would actually, like, just flush it, probably. Stream kind of adds a little bit of commitment, like, you know. Like, if it's something that I want to play, if I said I will play, if it's some big stuff, right, and I want to do a playthrough, and I said I will do a playthrough, the full one, then I'm gonna go for it, most of the time. Maybe one day there will be something I'm gonna flush even from that stage. Maybe. Let's see what gigs I see. I don't really mind tactical pause that much. It's just that it's like the usual like Dungeons and Dragons. Like Pathfinder Kingmaker is exactly the same. It's just like so much shit. Amalur? True, yeah, I guess Amalur counts, yeah. I kind of wanted to do a playthrough and I just flushed it, yeah. That did happen. That did happen. But that's something like, you know, that is considered, like, if I gonna go, like, if I gonna do my playthrough of, like, Arcanum, or gonna do my playthrough of Planescape, which I will, question is when, right? Like, even if I will be not feeling it at all, I'm gonna still push through it, because I know it's, like, you know, it's the cornerstones of the RPG genre, and I need to go through it. Baldur's Gate also kinda there, but we'll see. Like, the problem with Baldur's Gate is, like, the D&D typical high fantasy stuff. I just kind of, like, don't feel it. Don't feel it usually. I do sometimes, but kind of rare. Like, Arcanum is, like, you know, interesting because steampunk. Planescape interesting because it's, like, also, like, this, like, weird... it was kind of, like, somewhat D&D related too, if I remember, or something from other tabletops. Just because it's like super weird and with a lot of writing. So like those, like the main things. It's kind of with the books also the same. Like there is stuff you can just like read once in a while, but there are also things that you kind of like, you know, consider that you need to read. The bear hentai scenes. I mean, like even the classic Baldur Gates. Third one is like new stuff. So the separate thing. I'm more about classic ones. Classic ones are classic, right? And the third one is really good, but just like the setting and stuff, not getting me, man. Not getting me there. Sanabi. We see this one last time. Dystopian action platformer. And NeoVis also. NeoVis is going ham, actually. And NeoVis is actually going ham, eh? With some proper games. They're like mostly pumping the MMOs and stuff, right, before. And then boom, like Lies of P and everything. Actually Skull and stuff too. Impressive. Impressive. The Plebby quest was also there, huh? Interesting. And the surprise hits this year? Yeah, true. True. That was nice, that was nice. Oh, it's even in my queue. And Risk of Rain returns. No, people be, well, not overwhelmingly happy, but quite happy, I would say. What's the molding about then? Yes, Risk of Rain. Going to return, Risk of Rain returns just to see if it gets stuck in an endless loop. Damn son, the game plan. Change directions without realizing the fire key. Releasing the key. It breaks muscle memory from the first game for me. Second highest anticipated game. Damn, son. Dead Island 2, yeah, Dead Island 2, like, no one really had a lot of expectations, first of all, right? After all the Fiesta, it will be just, yeah, it actually exists. That's already interesting. And I mean, it's also kind of like this, like, meme genre and stuff. Lies of P kind of, like, aimed a little higher than that. And they got there. Tuesday True. Yeah, Baldur's Gate still pumping. After all the awards, Stronghold Definitive. Doing good, Popular upcoming. CD2. Trap Master. Roguelike Deck Builder. Let's go. Play your deck of lethal traps to mow down waves of bizarre creatures. Ah, I see. So it's kind of like the tower defense. Tower defense deck builder. I see. Another one like that. I see the increase. I see. Oh, and this one is in 3D and stuff even, or is it just for the trailer there? I saw some like made like I think it was it seemed kind of like RPG Maker or something. Potentially it could be one of those board games though. I'm not sure though. I just saw like the video, like they made basically like from regular like the RPG Maker perspective. You can go like the first person and everything, RPG too. Kind of looks a little scuffed, but like not completely, if you get like the sprites for that done and everything. Seems a little too dang though to do it. Nice, so nice. Speedrun it. Taken by SMH. Look at the tower defense there, yeah. I mean, I kind of do like the thing with getting all the deck building and stuff in other genres, because it actually in many genres it actually fits quite good. Like for example, with like the settlement building and everything, it's kind of like adding this like layer of sort of RNG that kind of like make it it's like basically it adds better replayability to it, sort of. It's like usually, you know, you have like the settlement builder, you have like your usual, alright, we build, you know, this thing to get like food, this thing to get wood, this thing to get stone and everything, right? And you basically kind of go up from there, and then like mission from mission is just kind of like the same pretty much kind of stuff. That's why I like, for example, like all the like settlement builders, management games where you have like campaign that kind of like, you know, like gets some twists there. Like Tropico 4, for example, had it real well. Well, actually, 6 also was pretty good with that. It's like, alright, you can build this, for example, right? Or you need to achieve that only by this. That's good. But I feel like having a little bit of that is also nice, because you basically, instead of having like, alright, we have all these buildings that we can build in every mission, you just have like, boom, there's the cards you need to play. So you have like, you know, no foraging, for example, for you. You can only go with fishing this time, and then you need to go for all those upgrades and stuff, and you just kind of sometimes get forced in like using something that you don't really like using, because you find some min-max strats that carry you through every mission. And here you kind of just like need to rely on a little bit of RNG there. Cease the USA. Boiling Point? No, I don't know who that be. The Rimtown Island. Oh, do you know who that be? Do you know who the studio is? I already know. It's already. It's another one. It's another one. It's easy to say. This time, actually, I saw the mascot on this for the second time. First, I saw the style, and I already was like, alright, I know who it is. And then you just get confirmation. And you can flex with your knowledge. Another banger from Kairosoft. Another one. Every time. Yes, I see. Don't remember that one. So how many games we did get this month? Ah, that's the first one in November, alright. October had 2. 7th of December, yep. It's 7, alright, I thought it was 5th. But yeah, it's already December, yeah, that already was announced some time ago. Hello, Rhubarb. That was announced some time ago, and that was something that I was kind of like, you know, man, how I will find time for everything. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be playing it on release though. It really depends. Like if I'll have time, and if they will hook me up just like with the Pathfinders they sent me. Maybe. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna wait until it gets patched, because the release from Owlcat Games usually is quite something. And then some discounts and stuff probably too, because they also go on pretty solid discounts quite often. So we'll see. Thank you, let's see. So we'll see. I will play that one for sure though. The Warhammer RPG is already, you know, enough to get me to play it, for sure. Micro Civilization. That was the demo. Didn't get to play the demo. Incremental clicker strategy. Spend, construct, research, fight, collect heroes, and make choices between good and evil. Center difficulty tiers by playing through challenge campaign, going back and forth through history, and Babots included. Damn son. Even the Babots. Oh, you be clicking there, I see. You be clicking a lot, alright. Early access, okay. So good they had heard from clicking, I see. Seems dank. Gonna be playing a Rogue Trader on release, Rhubarb? How you planning to? Yeah, we'll see if I will. Disco Simulator. Oh, is it not a Playway stuff? That doesn't look like Playway. Oh, it is actually. All right. They're doing the top-down ones now too, and not just the first and third person stuff. Insane. Them prologues, eh? Like the role of owner and manager of music club, eh? Let's see. See, Rhubarb, I see true. That's good. Owlcat already has some record of having a little bit of buggy stuff there at the start. Already doing the AI art. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. And they will get away with that. You know it. Minigame Madness. That sounds like Yakuza's second name, dude. Frantic multiplayer party game. Let's see. Ever-growing collection, unique free-for-all minigames. You earn awesome loot and shiny badges. So that's the most important stuff there. Already coming out soon, eh? Spirity. Troublesome spirits. No one can see them. Better get that old bad house up and running. That'll help them chill out. Gonna get the spirits to chill, eh? Cheese Master Games, eh? Instead of the graveyard keeper, it's the bed housekeeper, I guess. The solo project for 5 years, I see. Huh? I mean, nowadays he probably like shows something that is already, you know, done, pretty much, made, finished product. They probably like will be quite happy to pick you up then. Like the development, they don't need to pay you for. They just cover like the market expenses and then take the cut. That's it, probably. Yes, Sultan, alright. Been some time then. See, sticking with something for a while can lend you also some publishers and all. Well, you still will need them to like it, to see the potential. But I think nowadays probably like you bring anything already like somewhat on the high, you know, stages of completion, and they will be gladly to do that. Swoop in at the end, yeah. I mean, they just provide marketing and take the cut. And then sometimes you just like read, you know, something on like the subreddits for game dev and stuff that, you know, there was no marketing really. But they do want the cut. Estate Agent Simulator. Oh, is Playway pumping hard? Or is it someone else there? There's someone else, damn son. Looks like Playway. Oh, that's exactly how you're selling the houses. That way they will buy them for sure. Damn, the gameplay, dude. Huh? Hey, Blakey. Nope, not yet. Ain't nobody got time for it. I will, but not sure when. What a time to be alive, man. What is it, Trader Life Simulator, Deva? No, that's someone else, I guess. That was meme shit, dude. They bought it and installed it. Nice, hella nice. March Shrooms, Action RTS. What is Action RTS? I'll lead the Shroomvolution. Body a tiny shroom and try to unite all of the shroom kind for massive storm. Freedom Games is publisher. Seeker, let's see. Well, that looks like my, you know, setting there. That's for sure. Alright, platforming. Alright. Giga platforming even. There's a demo. That's nice. Broken Roads got delayed. 14th of November. They didn't even update on Steam yet. But yeah, it's I think early next year. Which is like not a bad thing because already kind of loaded and maybe it will land in the better time. And when I could play that, we'll see. Demo was nice. Again, setting that might be kind of interesting. Didn't feel like super captivating type of post-apocalypse, but kinda not too bad, I guess. So we'll see. A dreadnought there, could be. You know that all that RPGing and colony ship mostly reminded me. How's this one doing? Did anything happen with this one? I guess just a bunch of sales. That's all that is happening to this one. A revival, a recolonization they also are cross-promoting, I see. A revival, recolonization I played. Sales. Sales. More sales, more sales. And more sales. Sending out rewards to backers. Damn, son. They actually did something. Patch 1.7 released then. Damn, they actually did some. When was I playing that, actually? Oh, damn it. But 2 years after, they actually did patch something there too. Impressive. Impressive, eh? A bug fixes a new in-game content. Random encounters, I see. Man, I need to replay this one at some point. I would need to replay this one at some point. That was cozy shit, dude. Yeah, they were patching it for some time, actually, so I have to say that's alright. I assume they kinda did patch out most of this shit, but maybe not, actually, just looking at reviews, huh? Development house of this game has basically ceased to exist. Well, I mean, after over 5 years, huh? Absolutely horrible game. The deepest of sales. Yeah, it is actually quite expensive though. Plenty of reloads because of the harder than nails combat. Bruh. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Almost no crashes in 17 hours this guy played, eh? And he ended up playing for 56 hours after the review, so yeah, no. Must be not that bad. Game abandoned with incomplete translations and gameplay features. So they still managed to actually not finish it, I see. Hey, Banco. Yep. I know the feel. I remember that. Yeah, I did end up just like sitting and waiting until they patched that. To not mess with cheat engine, but yeah, I remember you doing that. Wishlist our next game. Error. That's a nice next game, bro. Looking at the current one, it does make sense. Yeah, so after 20... Well, I'm surprised they still, for 2 years, they still were working on it. So that's good. I was just hoping there's gonna be more, you know, like some DLC or like the next game maybe. Because like it was actually good. Like, well, I mean, it is kind of like I wouldn't say Bethesda kind of good though. Like this actually might be like better than Bethesda, more interesting. It's like the Eurogen kind of good. But what like with the story and everything being like legit like very nice. Like the setting was like better than probably any other Eurojank games I played. Well, I mean, obviously it also kind of like I'm a little biased since it's kind of like this like post-apocalyptic stuff, not exactly the nuclear one, but still. The space one did actually feel kind of even cooler than regular nuclear post-apocalyptic shit, not gonna lie. Welcome back, Orkhugs. That's why the colony ship also was interesting for me from the very beginning, because like this like kind of like, you know, space post-apocalyptic, space dystopia and everything. That sounds cool. That is nice. This one was really good. But yet with this price, totally don't. But if it's on deep sale, get it. Get it. It's not too bad. It was actually inspired by old Fallouts and stuff too. It has like the world map with the random encounters and everything. Just pretty cool. And the story is nice. The gameplay is not too bad either, I would say. It just was really buggy. And you needed to like what, month? Two to wait just so I can finish the game, because you get hard locked at the end. Just no way out basically. Just rip. Outside of the cheat engineering, yeah, as Benkow said. That was the only way. That was the only way to do it. And there were like a lot of bugs and stuff. Like there was one random encounters that I think kind of like fucks with your save completely. So thankfully, like as experienced, you know, Jank player, I had like 5 or more save files. So I needed to backtrack like a couple of hours, I think, in save files to figure out the encounter that was creating that issue and avoiding that encounter. But then it was fine. So yeah, quite something, man. Quite something. And what medieval Eurojinks? I think most of the Eurojinks are medieval, though. Gotta give you the Eurelix 2 yet. Yeah, that I'm probably gonna skip for a while, for sure. Maybe forever. Judging by reviews, probably you guys. I rather not. I rather not. Discovery returns, so good. Strike 4 is also checked earlier. Dungeons 4 checked earlier too. Seems good, nice too. Stronghold definitive going ham. Quite. I might get some of that. I might get some of that this stream. Invincible also pumping. 100k in 3 days, nice. Invincible is pumping. This might be something like to pick up like later on, like sale or something, just to do some Buka or Boovie stream sorta, you know. The Retopia apparently is pretty nice too. Yeah, some community peeps playing. I think like last week already. Actually, no, I don't think so. That was upcoming, I guess, in last week. But very nice. Talos Principle saw before. It's also pumping hard. Holy shit, alright. Greed is good. Oh, is the Dark and Darker at home? They're mostly positive, actually. Castle of Secrets. So this earlier. Age of Wonders. Fires and Ashes. Damn son, for the price of the game, you get the DLC. It feels good, man. Nope. Age of Wonders was nice though. So this earlier. Song of Doodoo. Yeah, that one is also going crazy. Still. That one still goes crazy. A monomyth? That sounds familiar, huh? Castle of Secrets also. Oh, dungeon crawling, okay. Immersive, interconnected, highly interactive underworld. Wait, didn't I play the demo? I did, right? Yeah, I think so. It was Monomyth, right? Yeah. That was the one. Yeah. Demo was nice. Yeah, I remember the portal and stuff. That one might be nice indeed. Man, that was a while ago, actually. When did I play the demo even? It already was like a couple years ago, probably. Well, a year for sure. I think more. The Never Looted Dungeon, yeah, that also kind of just disappeared. Castle of Secrets. Yo, Sama, hello. Game with a deep and mysterious storyline, Beautiful 3D graphics, unique gameplay and mechanics will immerse you in a fairy tale of reality and mystery. This fairy tale end is your call. The deep and mysterious storyline, beautiful graphics and unique gameplay and mechanics. Damn son, what description. CCUSC, that was the one. That was the one. Then what did happen there? Cat is flying also. All over the place. Unique look to it, yeah, that is true. Something mixture. This stuff is like 2.5D. What is this one? 3 minus 0.5D. Like 2.7D. The look is indeed unique. I'll see other stores real quick. And get on them news. Bethesda sale. Booga. Stellaris. That's the DLC even. Damn, sounded like $20, huh? That's kind of like okay price, I guess, for Stellaris. And that's the DLC, huh? Kick. Rather not. Yeah, what's GOG? Man, Jack the Lions 3 on its own already, like $22 without sale. Like, man, what a great game, what a great price. That was good shit. If it wouldn't be for the moving countries and everything, and I just didn't take a little vacation, I'll probably keep playing that stuff. That was nice. Skyrim turned 12 already. Damn. Been some time. Skyrim, I remember we were going to the convention back then, yep. And watching the presentation on the convention and everything. In like the closed pavilion that was showing the gameplay and all. I should have like the map from there as a gift somewhere. Been some time. Heretic and Hexen collection for $3. Yeah, I need to play Heretic. Maybe the upcoming Boomerthon. The Hexen I did play. The Hexen we played both. Yeah, we did. Maybe I should get the Heretic going. A little different though compared to Hexen, but still. Let's see, Steve. Let's see. Oh, lucky. Yeah, I think Heroes of Might and Magic is always here in the top. Feels very good, man. They upped the price though now. I guess finally Ubisoft figured out that they have this game making some monies on GOG. Time to increase the price. Gunhead also, nice. And on GOG too. Fetish Locator week 1. Thank you, GOG, for bringing more cougar stuff to the world. Steam was not enough. At least Steam has filters. Get the filters. Please, please. The Grindizer is still in popular upcoming there. Always there. The Ultimate Giga Stalker 2, yeah. What and only. Alright, let's check here. This one is like worse and worse to browse, really. There's glorious Swedish prices there. Got on wig though, at least, I guess. They have Chio on sale. Come on, Steve. Look at this. Crime Boss of Rocky City, 50% discount. Damn, son. Ah, surviving the aftermath for free soon. Damn, son. Not bad. That's some good stuff there. That's some good stuff for free. League of Legends, damn, son. Nice recommendations there. Frostpunk 2. Neverwinter Spelljammer. The Neverwinter keeps bumping also. Insane. Neverwinter was cool back in the day, the MMO. Played a little bit back then. Seemed pretty nice. I'm just kind of like not sure if it's gonna be around for long, but yeah, that was probably like over 10 years ago. It's around. Long ago. $50 mount and Neverwinter? There's a Diablo. Diablo has $65 mount. 50 is some pleb stuff. Yes, he's the USA. Yeah, the problem with Epic, they still have some lethal browsing, dude. Like the store is still not very convenient to browse. Especially if you go actual browse, not discovery, then well, shit. You're shit out of luck. Since they added so much stuff on the platform now and they don't have like the proper storefront for that. Electron Zarafter. What? Electron, actually, even. Yeah, Anonymous Hunting Simulator. Look at this. Yeah, when I browse, I really do want to see those first. Absolutely. Yes, yeah, exactly. The Electron. Expansions time gated. Wait, how so? How so? Oh, the microtransactions last few years. I see. Well, that kind of seems like any MMO. Sadly, most of them. And let's get to them news now. See what happens. Oh, whoop. Alright. Now what do we have there? Solid, solid. Let's go. Fortnite had its biggest day ever with 44 million players thanks to a throwback OG season. So it was 40-40 already. 44 billion of players there. Huh? We lived long enough to see Fortnite Classic now already. We've seen this now. Insane. Got old enough for that. Night Classic Select 2 years ago, yeah. Well, I mean, actually, how much was it? At this point, probably 6 years, maybe, or something. I think I remember I started streaming in 2018. Then I think in 19, I remember when we were going to DreamHack and all that, we were like discussing with Ellie, you know, Ninja getting the deal with Mixer and everything on the train, I remember. So I would assume it's been like 6-7 years probably. Which is yeah, that's not that much. Like for me, like something from 2010 was kind of, you know, recent and new. And now we have this already. Now we already have this. Feels old, man. See that, Marcus? See. Nintendo Switch surpasses 132 million units sold alongside Great Tears of the Kingdom Pikmin 4 results. Nintendo's fiscal year 24 second quarter financial results ended September 30th. Switch officially reached 132.46 million units, getting closer to the company's best-selling hardware, Nintendo DS at 154 million units sold. Only other console above the DS overall is the PlayStation 2 at roughly 158 million units sold. Wonder if we'll ever get past that. At some point maybe, but not sure. Some like budget handheld maybe could get there, but imagine making something that is budget nowadays. They don't do that anymore. Tears of the Kingdom reached 19.5 million units sold, Pikmin 4 at 2.61 million units sold, making it the best-selling game in the series. Super Mario Bros. Movie released in April had a positive impact on sales of Mario-related titles. Sales of other titles also continued to grow steadily, bringing the total number of million-seller titles during this period to 16, including titles from other software publishers. Insane. Best-selling Switch games: Mario Kart, Animal Crossing, Super Smash Bros., Legend of Zelda. Damn, Breath of the Wild sold a lot. Holy shit. Super Mario Odyssey, Pokemon. Is it the recent one or is it some other one? I'm like not proficient with their names there. But imagine like... Oh, it's two of those, yes. Sword Shield and Scarlet Violet. At least they count the sales together, I guess. Alright. Super Mario Party, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Bruce U. Alright. Hogwarts on Switch looks really impressive. I have something about it. We'll see. Sure if it shows how it looks though, but... No. Nice. Alright. I have some tech issues there for a sec. Alright, let's go skip to other source then for a while. Good. Good. Lords of the Fallen to get additional quest lines, 2 new events, and more. They actually got the roadmap there going. They actually got the roadmap. A weekly cadence of updates, focusing on bringing further stability, performance optimization, and balancing improvements to the game, including its online crossplay experience. Add multiple new quest lines. They want like quests for different types of armor sets there. The opportunity to unlock some unique armor sets and weapons. Some of this armor and weaponry has been co-created with the community during recent collaborative live streams. Plus, the studio says players can look forward to 12 new spells, new finisher attacks, a whole host of community-requested features, including a recently revealed New Game Plus modifier system. First for the genre, highly anticipated by the Lords of the Fallen community. Incredibly proud of the open relationship we are fostering with our community, actively listening to their constructive feedback and working diligently to deliver what we believe collectively will elevate the Lords of the Fallen further. Every addition to the game is a labor of love as we strive to push both it and the genre's boundaries. True, Steve, true. Yeah, like I like a lot of the stuff with the roadmap and everything. They just kind of wanted like to, I don't know, like work it as a live service or something. You know, with people constantly playing that. I don't think that is how it works with the Souls-like games and stuff. There is like the only people who like constantly permanently play, I guess, is like mostly people who enjoy PvP there. And I guess speedrunners, that's pretty much kinda it. And considering the start of the game wasn't like that crazy good, actually let's see. Yeah, still not that good even. Well, they do have some people playing right now though, so have to say that's not too bad. That is actually not too bad. They do have somewhat of a, well, let's get some, well, actually, not really that much to see here, I guess. No Twitch viewers? Damn, son. It's gone. It's already gone. It's from 43k to 13k to 5k. I mean, we'll see. Maybe they'll manage to kind of keep it. Oh no, I think it's because it's turned off for some reason. Yeah. They do have some pro. I would assume it's kind of like the PvP endurers or something, still hanging around and stuff. So I mean that's good. That is good. The randomizer was not on the roadmap. I see. Could be, maybe it's the modifiers, the new game plus mode, the new game modifiers or something. Maybe. I feel like they want to like just implement like a bunch of those like challenge things, you know, and stuff that, you know, people do in like Souls nowadays and stuff, just to have them there for like content creators and stuff. Like I think it's nice that they do that though, and that they get the feedback and interact with the community to get those things. It's just sad that, you know, the start wasn't very good. If the start would be better, that would be like insane. But I mean, they still have players, still have peeps playing. It's probably like PvP-ness endurers going ham there. Ah, this is gonna be again. Yeah, you guys have issues there again. Come on, man. I could check the other side for the time being. Till it gets fixed there for them. We can get the other source for now. I'm gonna try to like open multiple pages then, so they already load in. And then we get them. Okay, one sec. Come on. Load it all. Okay, it's loading, I think. Or did it? Well, loaded this at least. Let's do it. Resident Evil 4 Remake is coming to Apple devices in December. Don't you guys have phones? It's coming, it's coming. It won't be available to all iPhone owners, however. It'll only be available on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. To grab the newest product in order to play this game on the go. Sell some kidneys, man. Don't you guys have kidneys still? The iPads and Macs with M1 cheaper later. Cross progression between devices even. Damn insane. I can play on the Mac at home and then go and play it on your phone. Crazy. True, Steve. Actually, not even exaggerating there. Not even exaggerating. That's pretty much the price, I think. Nintendo announces live-action Zelda movie. Because Miyamoto has been working on the live-action film of The Legend of Zelda for many years now with Avi Arad-san, who has produced many mega hit films. Them the mega hit films. Have asked Avi-san to produce this film with me, and we have now officially started the development of the film with Nintendo itself heavily involved in the production. I will take time until its completion, but I hope you look forward to seeing it. Here comes another movie, man. The new meta. The new meta. Movie for everything. Gotta get the mittens to hold the phone, yeah. Also made Morbius. Well, see, at least the memes were there. That's something. That's something. Let's see. Zelda gonna be some epic superhero movie. Could be. Could be. I don't know how big the overlap of the audience is gonna be with some Marvel stuff. Do the Nintendo enjoyers appreciate some keep shit too? Mass Effect 5 trailer teases original trilogy, Andromeda, and maybe new protagonist. Okay, so another trailer that doesn't really do much and say much. Andromeda distress signal detected. Year sent redacted. Setting up the fourth Mass Effect game that took place more than 600 years after the events of original Mass Effect trilogy. Says nothing and does nothing, yeah. He's also doing a Borderlands movie, damn son. Dude's farming all the gamers there. Let's see how it is. Okay, come on. Load them in. I know you can. Yeah, there we go. I loaded something in. Having some issues there. There we go, nice. There's nothing and does nothing, yeah. Well, there is some concepts and everything. someone they posted there. We'll see what this is gonna be all about there. Alright, Rockstar set to release first trailer for GTA 6 next month. Yeah, so beginning of December we gonna get the new trailer. Early December. Well, that most likely is gonna be TGA. So I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what they will show there. Okay, dude, stop it. Stop it. I'm loading in. Come on. Zero, I say. With this GTA is probably one last thing. Maybe not. Maybe they will like open up with GTA now that it's announced and everything. Maybe they will keep some other surprises. I mean, we don't get surprises every year on the GTA though, I have to say. So yeah, no, that is not necessarily gonna happen this time too. But Nintendo reveals Super Mario Bros. Wonder is fastest selling game in the series. Released worldwide on October 20th, achieved global cumulative sales of 4.3 million units within the first 2 weeks. Makes it fastest selling Super Mario related title. Mario-related titles also tend to sell consistently over a long period of time. We anticipate this title will be an appealing choice for consumers during the upcoming holiday season and will continue to sell next year onwards as well. And Nintendo did it again. They keep getting away with that. That's gonna be more. This still quicker than Odyssey? Apparently. I mean, markets are also kind of different now, you know. The markets are also different now. Nintendo hints it will continue extensive Switch support even after new-gen hardware release. Nintendo Switch will be entering its 8th year in March 2024. Will continue to release new titles and content for Nintendo Switch without being bound by the traditional concept of the platform lifecycle. Traditional concept of the platform lifecycle. Nintendo would like to continue and see consumers play a Nintendo Switch and to maintain a business momentum. Sunsetting the Switch secondarily would likely end that momentum, and Nintendo seems highly aware of that. Yeah, I wonder how much of a difference in performance we're gonna get with the next one. And how, you know, developers of the future games will probably gonna suffer if they will need to like make the stuff multi-platform for the old and new Switch. That would be probably interesting to see. Alright. Okay, load these in. Embracer reportedly might close Free Radical Design, a reformed Time Splitters team. Another one. And another one. Yesterday, Embracer CEO Egil Strunke announced that he had resigned from the position to launch a new game company. As reported by PC Gamer, amidst Embracer's rough year, today VGC reports that people familiar with the matters of Free Radical Design say the studio has been part of an evaluation within Embracer, and that the studio could close as a result. Publication writes that PlayOn, which is the Embracer division that runs Free Radical Design, must consult employees at least 30 days in advance before layoffs per UK law. That law is likely how Free Radical Design employees have learned about potential closure. On LinkedIn and social media, at least 15 Free Radical Design employees have said they are looking for new employment within the last 24 hours. Game Informer reached out to Embracer to ask for confirmation and more details surrounding Free Radical Design's potential closure. I will update this story for more information is learned. Well, I guess I didn't learn any more information yet. Looks like more layoffs and everything, dude. It's still not over. It is not even over yet here. That is not even over. Okay, come on. Why is your website so dead today, man? It's like a bunch of already pages. I'm waiting to open, but they still refuse. I'll get into another website now too, though, so that's fine. That is fine. There's gonna be a bit of a backlog there. Alright, this one should be fine, though, yeah. Alright, let's get this one and hope the other one will start loading better and stuff. Super Mario Wonder continues its #1 reign, UK box charts. Robocop Rogue City debuts at #4. Not bad. Only behind, you know, Permanent Footy, Spider-Man, and Super Mario. Spider-Man was like on the top for like one chart, 1 week, and then gone. Short living. Pretty good though, Robocop #4 even. Okay, 1 second. No, this please. Let's see, try refresh. Something new will open. Police. There we go. Spider-Man sold like crazy. Yeah, it did. It did. It did. It's boxed, but I also assume that, you know, Spider-Man was sold. Mostly in box version, so... We'll see, we'll see. Oh, another one loading in. Night in the Woods follow-up Revenant Hill cancelled due to developer illness. Benson revealed in his personal X account he's been suffering severe heart failure over the past 12 months, which has greatly limited his ability to work. Past 12 months or so, I got very sick and it didn't go away. Eventually, I was diagnosed with severe heart failure, most likely from a virus. It will continue to greatly limit me for the foreseeable future, and as such, I had to stop working in the manner I once did. Oof, man. Mirror Society, a studio making Revenant Hill, posted a statement on Twitter, which is now the sole image on the company's website, explaining that Benson's absence requires the team to not only cease development of the game, but also to suspend operations entirely. Indie Studio was founded by Benson and his wife, Bethany Hockenberry, who also stepped away from the project to support him. The statement explains that with such a small team of employees, losing 2 key staff members was too much of a blow for work to continue as planned. Glory Society statement reads in part. Anything complex poses challenge along the way. Games take a while to make and usually require a good team working together. I've been lucky to have one such good team. Fortunately, recent serious health issues necessitated 2 key members stepping away from the project indefinitely. We're a small team and we each wear multiple hats. Lost several hard to replace hats in an environment where all hats are needed. And given the realities of schedules, budgets, and the fraud task of reworking the whole project within those parameters, the team has amicably decided to suspend operations. For all intents and purposes, this is the end of development of Revenant Hill. Unlucky, man. Unlucky. Is cursed, they deserve it? Well, I mean, I don't think anyone deserves, you know, the heart failure or anything, though. Considering that was basically the main people in the studio, no one deserves that no matter what. And that is all a very sad, yeah. But yeah, that's, you know, That's what you need to know when to stop. Without overworking yourself and stuff too much. Because shit might go not exactly the best way for your health and everything. Epic versus Google antitrust trial begins today. Fortnite firm continues crusade against 30% cut in anti-steering practices despite struggles in case against Apple. They just keep going, man. Well, it's only good for us because we're gonna get some more dink papers and everything. More info. More leaks. So are we gonna be eating there? Am I gonna be eating good there probably? And more. Motorsport Games to lay off up to 38 employees. Layoffs will mostly affect staff in the UK and Australia. NASCAR Rivals developer Motorsport Games has cut around 38 jobs in a recent round of layoffs, mostly affecting roles in the UK and Australia. Miami-based studio cut approximately 40% of its workforce worldwide to bring down its year-over-year operating expense. 40% just cut to bring down the operating expenses. Can you still remain operating though with 40% out though? That's the main question. The restructuring program is estimated to be approximately $400,000 to $500,000, consisting of severance and redundancy costs to employees, a majority of which will be paid in the fourth quarter of its fiscal year 2023. Redundancy is expected to have been completed by the same period. However, the process may take longer due to legal requirements in Australia and the UK, according to the filing. Earlier this year, Motorsport Games employees won an unpaid wages lawsuit. This news came after the studio reported a loss of $8.2 million for its earnings in the second quarter. Well, these guys sound like it's not gonna probably last for long now already. If they cut so many people, couldn't pay salaries and stuff, had in general losses, that is all not looking that good. Marvel Spider-Man hits 5 million sold in 11 days as PlayStation 5 surpasses 46.5 million units. No, 5 million copies of Spider-Man. And PlayStation also started selling like crazy. I guess the bundle going. The fastest selling PlayStation Studios game just 3 days after release. The latest financial quarter for Sony, which ended September 30th, PlayStation 5 surpassed 46.5 million units sold, so it's even before the bundle. Creating a large community of gamers who could have picked up Marvel Spider-Man 2. Strong second quarter in Sony's fiscal year where it sold 4.9 million PS5 consoles. Well, they got the stock now, so the supply is there. The demand kinda, I guess, was always there. And now that there is some sort of a catalog of exclusives slowly building up, there is already a reason to get it. A little bit. It's starting to appear, to materialize. Sony delayed half of its planned PlayStation Live service games. What a twist. Let's see. They planned 10 live service games by March 2026. Then it was 12 live service games. Now it will only release 6 by fiscal year 2025, which ends March 2026. Earlier this year, Bloomberg reported that Bungie was evaluating some of PlayStation's in-development offerings, including Naughty Dog's Last of Us multiplayer, which is reportedly on ice. Seems that evaluation has led to Sony retooling its approach as the company delayed at least 6 live service games. And yeah, using like, you know, a Bungie as experts in live services when their live service right now is also kinda not feeling too well. That doesn't sound like a good idea. And the board layoffs. Could be, Steve, could be. Oh, Sony actually sold out in Japan, I see. I'll see. 100 Thieves to cut 20% of its workforce. Layoffs mainly affect the game dev team and energy drink brand, which will become independent companies. That game dev team. 100 Thieves, alright. Esports and the gaming organization 100 Thieves has announced another round of layoffs. Yeah, it's like they had like teams in some like competitive games, but yeah, like I know them mostly from like some of the streamers, I guess. And like some Giga Streamer House and stuff they had there. The Giga Mansion. That's pretty much it. London CEO John Robinson confirmed 20% of its workforce has been cut. Redundancies will primarily affect the 100 Thieves game development studio and energy drink brand Juvie, both of which will become independent companies. Making these changes because we believe it's time for 100 Thieves to refocus on our core business and do less better. The economic landscape has changed in the past 2 years. The growth of our business did not keep pace with the growth of our organization. Cannot afford as large of an organization as before, and that responsibility falls on me and Matt Hag. 90% was just PR. Well, see, it's like the game dev studio and energy drink studio. Energy drink personnel, I guess. I don't know, stuffers. Not sure what exactly they were doing there, yeah. Not sure exactly. No, esports content lead Andrew White and head of social strategy Amika Kulish were among the many employees affected by the layoffs. The head of social strategy. Dude, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's like we got some like Giga investor money or something. So like, oh yo, bro, like. How about you gonna be like the chief people officer? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a head of social strategy, you know, like dude. It's just like a bunch of like streamers and like the esports, you know, the digital athletes like playing games and everything. Like sure, you need people who will like manage and stuff, but like why do you need like some sort of insane like pyramid, you know? The multi-level management system for just that. You need people to do stuff, to plan stuff and everything, to manage stuff, but yeah, you don't need like some crazy structure for that, I feel. That's already like overcomplicating kind of basic thing, is Current Thieves experienced layoffs on July 22nd, followed by another round earlier this year. So that's already the third one, I guess. Well, the esports is now kind of suffering though, big time. Because there was a lot of like all this like crazy easy money that was flowing into it. Because people had a lot of like super profits and stuff. And they wanted to put them somewhere. And everyone was telling like esports is the next, you know, is the next big thing. The chicken with the golden eggs and everything, you know. And then, yeah, now there is no easy money anymore, so it's all over. There was like a research a couple of years ago, I think, we also checked on our game show, where someone from like the esports was kind of like posting, you know, how from some of the orgs, how it all goes there. Like, that there's no like profitability whatsoever. Like the tickets to events barely like earn that much. You know, all the merch and everything, all that stuff, yeah. That doesn't really make you that much. So it's like mostly sponsorships and yeah, the investors. And sponsorships also like not as crazy, especially considering that they also like, you know, to go... Like we have chief, you know, officers, you have like heads of strategies. We're gonna pay like a shitload of money to all the talent and stuff, which is, I mean, at least that's a good thing. Talent gets a lot of money, but still. Talent needs to earn that money then. That's why it's talent. And another one. Ubisoft lays off over 100 employees. Racer turned into shitfest this year. Well, yeah, just read about one, a new one already. Company laid off a total 124 employees. 98 of them were based in Canada, which IGN calculates as roughly 2% of company's Canadian workforce. Them just in Canada. That's a lot. That is a lot they have there. Holy. The cuts included administrative and IT workers, some of whom were employed at the Hybrid VFX studio, company that has worked on shows like Asuka and Mandalorian. Assiste USA. True. Ubisoft said anything how Mirage sold? Yeah, they did. Did we read it last time or something? I think they said it was in line with the other game of the series, games of the series, yeah. So it did actually sell all right. It looks like. I kind of feel it might be a little bit of cup. I'm not sure if it was like as big as, I don't know, Valhalla or something, but maybe. Microsoft and InWorld team up to create AI game dev tools. Xbox says the new multi-year partnership intend to make game making easier. Ah, there it is. Time for that AI everywhere. Xbox General Manager of AI, Haiyan Zhang, said the collaboration intends to provide accessible resources for dialogue, story, and quest creation. Still have the Avatar game left this year. Yep, they do have that. They do have that. I think Game Informer started pushing some like info on that one now already. Some like articles and everything about that Avatar game. A toolset will include an AI design co-pilot for developers to explore more creative ideas. The AI co-pilot. Assiste USA. Will also include AI character runtime engine to enable new narratives with generated stories. Want to help make it easier for developers to realize their visions, try new things, push the boundaries of gaming today, and experiment to improve gameplay, player connection, and more. The AI galore intensifying, man. Regularly. More and more. A report. Minecraft users targeted the most by desktop cyber threats. Sandbox Game also had the highest number of mobile game security affected users. Damn son. A Kaspersky report. According to data from July 22nd, July 1st, 23rd, report found that during the year, among 4.1 million game-related desktop infection attempts that were detected, 130,619 Minecraft users were affected. By comparison, Minecraft accounted for 70% of game security risks, and Roblox trailed behind at 20%, with 30,367 users affected.
I love you guys.
Oh shit, Soltris. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Almost a nice number there. Back from trip. Nice, nice. Was it the Japanese one? How was it? How was it? Did you enjoy it? Was it good time, man? Counter-Strike Global Offensive had 23,429 impacted players, making up 5%. Meanwhile, PUBG amassed 3% of threats, with nearly 6,000 players affected. Among the methods used to lure players in the security threats, the report identified that fake game distribution pages, false free giveaways, and illegitimate offers to generate in-game currency were used in phishing attempts. Damn, illegitimate offers to generate in-game currency. And what a twist, man. Mostly minor users of Minecraft playing population. That's gonna be our next step there. Sending them threads there, yeah. Nice watch is nice. Sounds good, huh? The Tokyo trip. Feels good, man. Feels good. Now back home, eh? How long was it? That was a long one, right? I think. That was a long one. Or is it already a second one? I remember like you mentioned earlier that you were going on one. But I thought that was way earlier. I thought you already returned from that. Alright, next. Former Keyboard Studios employees to strike outside BioWare Edmonton. That was 2 weeks, I see. Nice, nice. EA and BioWare reportedly objected to the laid-off workers striking outside their offices. The group consists of unionized Dragon Age QA team who were let go in September after BioWare decided not to continue its contract in August. Members will strike on November 7th outside BioWare Edmonton from 11 AM to 12 PM MST. After the union filed a notice with the Alberta Labor Relations Board to strike, EA and BioWare allegedly objected to the former employees striking outside their offices because they were remote workers. However, the board ruled in the union's favor during a hearing on November 2nd, as former staff would remotely access computers located inside BioWare's offices to work. We view this Labor Board ruling as a huge win for not just us but remote workers everywhere in Canada. Workers can now go, oh, I can picket my employer's office downtown even though I don't work in the office. Well, the problem is, will it actually do anything though? If they are gonna protest there for 1 hour, I have a feeling EA probably not gonna do a shit really. If that would be like, you know, like the full lockdown for a few days, then maybe. Otherwise, I feel EA just gonna ignore that stuff. But yeah, after 2 weeks, it's kind of hard to get back to the old life. Oh, at least it was a good time. At least it was a good time. That's all that matters. 30% is a market fee, not a monopoly fee, says Google. Epic versus Google continues. Google defends the share of all transactions as Epic reveals its game store is still not profitable. Service fee you see here is exactly the same fee that Epic pays in the Nintendo store, the Xbox store, the Steam store. All these stores charge a mega developer like Epic the same 30% fee. A mega developer. Pomerantz also argued that Google Play and the Android ecosystem provide developers with more value than payment processing services like PayPal or Stripe. Later in the day, head of the Epic Game Store Steve Allison, the trial's first witness, disputed that 30% is the standard. He told the court that Valve chose a 30% fee for Steam simply because that was what was charged at physical retail when the marketplace launched. To emphasize the possibility of other revenue shares, he noted that they himself helped Telltale Games to build its own digital store that operated with a 95/5 revenue share. He also claimed to be the person that suggested Epic let developers keep 80% or more of their revenue when the EGS launched. Allison added that Epic's introduction of the 80-12 split prompted Steam, Windows Store, and Discord all to revise their revenue shares. They did introduce the different tiers though, so that's at least a little better. Valve introduced revenue tiers, developers only paying 25% after their game made 10 billion in revenue, so like probably like, you know, a couple. Unionized did you anyways? Yeah, exactly. Like they unionized and they just like, well then we're not, you know, continuing the contract. Goodbye. Microsoft later matched Epic's 80-12 split. Discord cut its share to 10%. When asked if 70/30 is still the standard in the PC space, he said no. The impact of the 30% fee was also discussed when Downdog CEO Benjamin Simon appeared as the second witness of the day. He noted that he charges customers $60 per year or $10 per month for his yoga app on Google Play, as opposed to $40 per year, $8 per month on his website. Simon claimed Google forced him to remove an in-app button that directed people to pay via his website, which resulted in 28% fewer users paying for his app via either channel. At first we just had to remove the button, but they later made us remove some links from our website because we had some links in our app to a FAQ page. During his time on the stand, Ellison also reported that the Epic's game store is still not profitable, a fact that emerged during Epic's case against Apple in 2021. Back then, documents shared in court showed that the Fortnite firm predicts its game store will finally reach profitability in 2024. The antitrust trial centers around Epic's claims that Google's practices, well, that we already know. A little bit of a recap there. No, with iOS you don't even have a choice. Yep. It's even more dank there, that's for sure, yeah. Even more dank there. No choice for you anyway, so you know, suffer with what you have there. Epic accuses Google of a bribe or block dominance on Android. Google's opening statement emphasizes openness of Android and competition with Apple. Epic was the first to make its opening statement, with lead attorney Gary Bornstein first directing the jury's attention to Google's dominance on Android, accounting for over 90% of app installs in 2020. Bornstein claimed Google used a bribe or a block strategy, pay actual and potential competitors not to compete. This was a reference to the previously reported Project Hug, in which Google allegedly paid companies like Activision Blizzard and Riot Games to dissuade them from launching their own app stores on Android. Bornstein also attempted to head off potential arguments from Google, such as that this antitrust lawsuit was all planned, admitting to Project Liberty, Epic's battle plan against Apple and Google that led up to Fortnite hotfix and subsequent lawsuits. The Epic attorney argued that you will not see any evidence that anyone was harmed by this or even could have been harmed by this. He also noted that Google will argue it allows sideloading of apps, unlike Apple, so there are alternatives to Google Play and other Android app stores, but maintained that Google makes this process too difficult for end users. I mean, that is actually true though. Like if you have some Huawei or some other phone that Google blocked the services on, but then you know the pain, because the other stores are Lidl, and having no services is also kinda annoying. The Epic pays devs to not release on Steam, basically, yeah. Steam didn't even flinch, yeah. Bornstein demonstrated this by showing the 16 steps it takes to sideload Fortnite into an Android device, which prompts various warnings about unknown software. Well, I mean, if you get like the separate store, then it doesn't. But still kinda, yeah. Fortnite was the biggest game in the world. Google knew it. It was not an unknown app. Google called it unknown so it could put up warnings just like those. Meanwhile, Google's opening statement began with a focus on market definition and the emphasis that Google Play competes with iPhone rather than other Android app stores. Google attorney Glenn Pomerantz emphasized that there is nothing stopping users from downloading apps via the Samsung Galaxy Store, for example, but noted that they choose to use Google Play instead. He also responded to Epic's complaints about the difficulty of sideloading Fortnite, emphasizing that this is for security, and argued that 16 steps to install a game from outside Google Play is a reasonable number. Yep, we're not forcing you or anything. Billion people have done it after getting notified of the potential risks. That's because Android users have a real choice. Damn, son. Security is really important to competition. We need to protect users because it's a critical point of competition between Apple and Android. Pomeranz also addressed the Project Hug allegations, insisting that nothing is stopping Riot Games from opening a competing app store and denying that a secret deal with Samsung ever occurred. As expected, Google also lashed onto Project Liberty, sharing segments of internal emails from Epic employees with comments such as, "How do we not look like the bad guys?" Later in the day, Google defended 30% share of all transactions, claiming this is a market fee, not a monopoly fee. That we already saw. Well, it do be really annoying. Like, if you don't want to use or don't use the Google services, it is indeed actually pain on Android for sure. Can tell from experience, man. Can tell from experience. A Steam Deck OLED announced. Damn, son. Another one. The name implies the device boasts an HDR OLED screen to produce more vibrant colors, also boasts a larger battery for an increased charge, 30-50% more battery life depending on the game, with Valve pointing out that OLED screen consumes less power. The device also includes updated and more efficient AMD APU and Wi-Fi 6E, resulting in downloads up to 3 times faster for increased bandwidth and lower latency. Also runs cooler thanks to its bigger fan and improved thermals. Overall, device is 5% lighter than the original model. Insane. Comes available November 16th. Comes in 3 models based on storage and add-ons, including one limited edition variant featuring different color scheme. It's a breakdown of the specs and price for each one. I assume it's pretty much the same outside of the memory. Carrying case with removable liner. Steam profile bundle. Exclusive startup movie. Exclusive virtual keyboard theme. Damn, son. Gigapog. 1 terabyte there already. 649. 679 available only in the US and Canada. A limited edition carrying case with removable printed liner. Insane, dude. First generation Steam Decks have been permanently discounted. Models will be available until they are out of stock. I see. 400 for 256 gigabytes. 549. That's quite chunky. That's quite chunky though. If you're really into it, one of my friends got one. Actually kind of enjoying it. He's actually enjoying using it. Seems like a decent piece of hardware they got there. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3's campaign was reportedly made in 16 months under crunch conditions. What a twist. Following Bloomberg report yesterday claiming Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which launched today, originally began as an expansion to last year's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 before becoming a full game. With a 16 months turnaround to boot, developer Sledgehammer Games released a statement seemingly indirectly refuting the report. A passage from the statement says, "We're proud to be the team to lead the way on Modern Warfare 3. We've worked hard to deliver on this vision, which has been years in the making. Anything said to the contrary is simply not true. This is our game and we cannot wait to play it online with all of you." Yeah, because in single player you can't even really play it that much because of the fucking 4 hours campaign, I guess. Well, so it wasn't planned as the expansion, alright, fine, but still 16 months, dude, for the full new game. What is this? What is this, man? Don't need all that screen, I see that, like I say. I mean, that might be an option, Steve, yeah. Absolutely. And just do it for the art, yeah. Season 2 of Netflix's Arcane League of Legends series drops next November. But just Pog. The whole year to wait. We'll see. November 2024. It's still even like, well, I mean, I watched a long time ago, but yeah, still haven't watched the last couple of episodes with my friends. Started when we moved in here, still haven't finished. Everyone's always like doing some other shit in the evening. How ridiculous. The Escapist staff resigned following termination of editor-in-chief Nick Calandra. Former Escapist staff to launch independent outlet Second Wind. So it's gonna be another one now. Monday, Calandra announced on X that he was fired for not achieving goals reportedly set by a Gamers group, which acquired the Escapist last year. He was let go for not achieving goals that were never properly set for us, and the lack of understanding for our audience and the team that built that audience. Which many colleagues let go for the same reasons, and today was my day. So they just gone. Entire video team resigned in response. Includes Ben Yagtzi, a cross-show who created the video review series Zero Punctuation. Formerly resigned from Escapist and Gamers. I don't have the rights to Zero Punctuation, but whatever happens, you'll be hearing from my voice again soon in a new place. Yeah, they rip now. They rip now without all that. I didn't understand what actually makes it. In addition to being editors-in-chief, I was a YouTube strategist for the last 6 months, tasked with helping build an entire video department from scratch. I was asked to grow both in viewership and get profitable, but with no plan from upper management to actually do so. The entire Escapist team put their heart into every piece of work we put out, and the talent brought in wasn't matched. That kind of talent isn't cheap, and my mission with the Escapist was to not be driven primarily by views, but by direct funding through premium memberships and live streams. That was working, and we grew year over year for all 4 years I ran the Escapist. Unfortunately, while ultimately more sustainable in the long run and not being reliant on shifting ad revenue from quarter to quarter, that kind of growth wasn't fast enough for Gamers in the short term, despite our model clearly growing year after year. Just profit, yeah. Yeah, so they are making new independent outlets Second Wind, and they are not alone. Kotaku, Washington Post, and Vice form Aftermath. Nathan Grayson, Gita Jackson, Riley McLeod, and Luke Plunkett launch new independent publication. So like 2 in the same week now. Inspired by the wave of worker-owned websites such as Hellgate, Defector, Remap Radio, Discourse Blog, and 404 Media. Put control back in the hands of the workers and put the focus back on serving readers, but also hold the volatile games and tech industries to account. Probably gonna get more of that. The corp are gonna suffer. Everyone's just gonna go to, you know, their own platforms, their own subscription-based things. Basically, everyone's just gonna become streamers and YouTubers. The thing is, they also gonna realize that, you know, like working on some media, on salary, the stable income and everything is a little bit different than, you know, trying to get those subs and the sponsors and everything on your own. But that already back home, back in the day, we already seen that. And when there's also like a whole bunch of journalists got like the one of the websites basically, like also like not magazine, like an internet magazine, I guess, one of the oldest ones. It got acquired by a new company, and all the staff, all the journalists, editors arrived like, well guys, we want to have, you know, that much as salary and stuff, and they were like, nope, not gonna get it. Get out if you don't like it. And they were like, yeah, fuck them then, we out, we're gonna make our own website. Like the players, the gamers, you know, the readers gonna fund us. Well, yeah, that was quite something though for them. I mean, they're alive though, so I guess that kind of does work somewhat. But yeah, they still didn't get what they were getting, what they were demanding for even. Not even close, that's for sure. Because it do be it do be a little bit of a different story when you're fully independent, man. Sounds good on paper, but overall you kind of do be suffering a lot if you don't go for all those other revenues and other things. But yeah, it depends on what kind of expectations you have, what you need. I do like that concept way more. When you're like funded by the people who, you know, consume your content, that is good. Oh, that is very good. Square Enix's first half sales get a 5% bump as profits plummet. Launches of Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy Pixel Master boost HD games revenue by 48%. So sales up 5%, profit down 58%. Holy shit. Digital entertainment net sales up 4% year on year. 190 million in net sales, increase of 49% compared to last year. The revenue bump was attributed to releases of new Final Fantasy game offerings, which included the Final Fantasy Pixel Master retro release. Square Enix's biggest HD games release of the period was Final Fantasy 16, which released on June 22nd. AAA RPG sold 3 million copies in just a few days. In August, Square Enix president Takashi Kiryu said in a post-earnings call that Final Fantasy 16 did not meet sales expectations. The executive reportedly said that the slow adoption of Sony PlayStation 5 console played a factor in the RPG sales performance. This led investors to question publisher strategy, with the company losing almost $2 billion in value as a result. Like, bro. 3 million in few days. Like, Spider-Man got like 5 billion basically like also few days, week or something. Like, you know, it's kind of comparable. Like, what do you expect, man? You're not Spider-Man. My sales expectations, man. Didn't stop Spider-Man from selling that well on PlayStation 5, you know. Maybe adoption is not that slow. Something else is wrong. Mobile PC browser games amassed $358 million. Well, you know, this is why we can have nice things, dude. And that's decrease actually 7%, and this is increase 49% because of big release. Oof. The mobile Final Fantasy offering reached 2 million downloads a day after its release. 18 games identified as major operating titles for the division. Final Fantasy 14 and Dragon Quest X, 159 million in revenue. Dropped 16% year over year. I mean, MMO is also pumping quite good, I say. Probably stay well. As you can see, you know, mobile is actually kind of making stuff for them. Making them some big bucks there. Crunchyroll adding games to subscription service. Oh, damn. Mobile titles such as Captain Velvet and River City Girls among opening lineup. And the Weeb is also getting their own gaming subscription now. Insane. Can they take all the visual novels and make them exclusives so we don't see them on Steam and stuff? That would be nice. That would be actually nice, at least something useful. Xbox enforcement actions increased to 19.5 million in the first half of 2023. This includes 84,000 harassment and bullying proactive actions. Damn, son. He'll be banning. Almost double than 10.2 million enforcements during the first half of 2022. Yes, Steve, yeah. Of the total enforcements, 17.1 were based on proactive enforcements and 2.5 were based on reactive reports. This included the 84,000 harassment and bullying proactive actions. 27.3 million players reports were made during first half, with half concerning communications such as platform messages and comments on an activity feed post. 10.5 million reports were issued regarding conduct and 3.1 related to user-generated content. Guys, the AI-powered and human insights-driven content moderation platform. I see how it is. There were 280,000 appeals against the suspension of accounts, with only 4% successfully doing so. Damn, son. Feel be strict there. Let's see how it is. Insane. Sega raises forecasts after strong first half. Patchy slot helps offset weaker than expected performance from video game sales and structural reform losses. Damn, the glorious Pachinko, man. The glorious Pachinko. Net sales 1.5 billion, operating income 262.5 million, ordinary income 953 million. For the entertainment content segment of business, net sales came in 802 billion, up 3.8%, with operating income at 49 million, down 46.4%. STEM. Consumer division of entertainment contents, which includes video games, saw sales rise 3.9%, while operating income dropped 52.8%. Sales of new games came in at 1.66 million units, up from 1.48 million in the same period last year, while catalog titles sold 8.85 million, for a total of 10.5 million full game sales. Sega released a number of titles during the first half, including Samba de Amigo, Party Central, Sonic Origins Plus, Etrian Odyssey Origins Collections, and the console editions of Humankind and Company of Heroes 3. However, company referred to sales of new titles as weak, with some unnamed titles performing below expectations. Unnamed titles. Sega Sammy reaffirmed that it's currently undergoing a structural reform, which involves reviewing its portfolio of titles and reducing fixed expenses. This is primarily going to affect its European operations, as we've seen with the redundancies at Creative Assembly and cancellation of Hyenas. Company also reminded shareholders that Rovio was now a wholly owned subsidiary of Sega Sammy, with their financial results incorporated into those of Sega from September. For the overall business, Sega Sammy reported strong performances from its Patchy slot and Pachinko machines, with net sales increasing 240%. Damn, son. Pachinko going ham there. $616.4 million. Damn, Sega on that gambling there. The gambling grind. Let's see. Could be, still could be. Take-Two losses deepen to $543.6 million in the latest quarter. But CEO Strauss Zelnick remains optimistic, tells a game industry base the publisher is firing on all cylinders. Revenue 1.3 billion, down 7%. Net loss 543.6 million, 111% change year on year. Damn, imagine like just losing like 500 mil, dude. What was that? Largest contributors to net bookings were NBA, GTA Online, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption, Empires and Puzzles, Toon Blast, Words with Friends, Merge Dragons, Zynga Poker, and Zynga's hyper-casual mobile portfolio. Damn, son. Better than expected results from GTA 5, GTA Online, and Red Dead Redemption 2. The first two now being 10 years old. Always concerned, but never take success for granted, and all titles degrade at some point. There is a decay curve, but what Rockstar has done to fight that curve and in fact to create ongoing growth has been nothing short of extraordinary, and I think it reflects the near perfection of these properties. Zelnick also talked up solid results from other titles such as NBA, Yeah, every year it's like getting all the shit reviews, but still performs like crazy. Sold over 4.5 million units. And net bookings for this title are expected to be up year over year despite market challenges. Good performances from catalog titles across franchises such as Borderlands, Bioshock, Civilization, as well as other live service games and the Zynga portfolio. Alright. So what about the losses? Where the losses from though? Forecast of net revenues ranging between 5.37 and 5.47 billion. Forecast for net loss change from between 500 and 545 million to 910 to and 957 million losses. Ooh. Where did you even like dump so much money then? True Steve, probably. Like last year or something when they acquired like Zynga or someone. Was last year or was it before actually? Like they spent just like a bunch on that. But like now though, where did all that go? Where did all that go? Warner Brothers to expand its game IPs to live service and free-to-play. Quarter 3 earnings reveal that Mortal Kombat 1 has sold nearly 3 million units. Man, the Mortal Kombat is getting monetized like crazy now. Holy shit. All the microtransactions are ridiculous. Like my friend is giga molding all the time. Our focus is on transforming our biggest franchises from largely console and PC based with 3 to 4 year release schedules to include more always-on gameplay through live services, multi-platform and free-to-play extensions, with the goal to have more players spending more time on more platforms. Ultimately, we want to drive engagement and monetization over longer cycles and at higher levels where, for specific capabilities, we're currently under scale and see significant opportunity to generate greater post-purchase revenue. Games revenue increased meaningfully due to quarter 3 release of Mortal Kombat 1 and continued performance of Hogwarts Legacy. The Hogwarts is still pumping there. Zoslev also said that games are a critical and valuable asset to the company. Another one trying to pump all those live services. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Kotaku staff hit by redundancies. The job cuts were part of company layoffs and an outlet closure at Geo Media. And another one. 23 redundancies across Geo Media sites and the shuttering of women's cultural outlet Jezebel after 16 years. CEO Jian Spanfeller notified Geo Media staff of the decision earlier today. The exact number of employees affected at Kotaku is unknown. And another one. Imagine if we will stay with no shitty articles whatsoever. Is that possible? So someone need to take the niche, dude. Yes, they wanted to. They wanted to. Just get the licenses going and then they changed their mind. Digital Extremes impacted by layoffs, closing publishing division. Developer confirms 30 employees have been let go. In a statement sent to Eurogamer, developer confirmed would no longer publish Airship Syndicate's free-to-play title Wayfinder. We can confirm we have made the difficult decision to cease operations of our external project division. Probably, hell yeah. I've had to say goodbye to a number of hard-working, highly valuable team members as a result, and we are working with Airship Syndicate to transition full control of Wayfinder to them in the coming months. In response to the news, Airship Syndicate thanked Digital Extremes for helping to jumpstart Wayfinder's development. See. What how Wayfinder will be going in the end. How that will be working in the end, though. Modern Warfare 3 devs complain of crunch rush development. Claims emerge as critics span single-player campaign for Activision's latest blockbuster. What a twist. Several anonymous members of the development team who said the game was built in less than half the time, usually a 3-year cycle, as previous Call of Duty games. In fact, this is said to have had the shortest development time for a Call of Duty game in several years. It is also claimed they worked night and weekends to finish the game in time for its launch today. Some developers said they felt betrayed because they were promised they would not face another shortened development cycle after the struggles of their previous project, Call of Duty Vanguard, which was also built under constrained conditions. As has been previously reported, the project is said to have started as an expansion to fill the gap when the next full Call of Duty was set to be delayed into 2024. Yeah, now they already said that it's like never was an expansion, always the premium game. However, Bloomberg cites more than a dozen current and former Call of Duty developers who say this is not what they were told. Some were informed directly that this title would be an expansion, while others say it was left ambiguous at first, but all said they believed it to be an expansion until much later in the development. The game was reportedly planned as a smaller scale expansion set solely in Mexico to make it easier to complete within the shorter development cycle. But Activision executives reportedly instructed the team to make it a direct sequel last summer, with missions that spanned the globe. Alright. Bloomberg sources also expressed frustration at requiring a content approval by Infinity Ward executives, saying slow feedback and the need to make significant and occasionally unwanted changes added to the stress of development. Report emerged as critics released reviews for the single-player campaign of Modern Warfare 3, awarding some of the lowest scores in the series' 20 years history. The IGN gave it 4 out of 10. Damn, son. Like, Bobby stopped like after the change of leadership and everything, and ownership. They're not paying the outlets anymore or something. What is this? They Molden. GameSpot granted 5 out of 10. Point for every hour. True. Game industry-based sister site Eurogamer described the game as clearly rushed to market in a review entitled "A Weapon and Hastily Assembled." Then if IGN gives you 4 out of 10, and you are not like some random studio, but actually Activision, then you fucked up big time, dude. No more invitations than Bobby's Yacht, yeah. Yeah, they probably didn't like, you know, like arrange some new arrangement, you know, now that Microsoft is in charge. Phil didn't go to their office yet, you know. Yes, these two, I see. What a shitfest, dude. Unity announces layoffs despite increased revenue and reduced losses. What a twist, another one. Revenue rose 69% during quarter 3 to 544 million. Revenue 544, net loss though is still 125 million, so that kinda I guess makes sense. Revenue increased then, reported net loss reduced by half to 125 million compared to 250 million during the same period last year. Well, I mean, that makes sense then, like, so they're cutting, you know, people because, like, who cares about the revenue when you're still losing, though? It's all about, you know, the actual profit. If there is none, then obviously, I guess, still Pipiega, but, you know. Announced more layoffs as a result of comprehensive assessment of its product portfolio at the beginning of its fourth quarter. That led us to decide to discontinue certain offerings, reduce our workforce, and reduce our office footprint. The timing and full impact of these types of changes in our future results of operations, cash flows, and financial conditions are uncertain, and for those reasons we're currently unable to reasonably quantify the potential impacts through the fourth quarter. Like a business model transition that takes a year or two to complete. These are things we are planning to do and executing now. This was referred to as a rip off the band-aid reset. by interim CEO James Whithurst. Looking at Create Solutions revenue, the division in charge of Unity's engine, core subscriptions were up 19% during Q3, but revenue was flat year on year. Three sectors negatively impacted growth this quarter: Unity Game Services, China, and Professional Services. UGS had a record third quarter last year from new game launches. China revenue declined from continued government restrictions on gaming, and we continue to reduce our reliance on professional services. Anything about the Fiesta though? Continue to believe that we are gaining share in a relatively flat market. We experienced some revenue softness at the end of the quarter and in October from the runtime fee introduction, which is now mostly behind us. In the letter to shareholders, Whitehurst said Unity was doing too much and aimed to emerge as a leaner, more agile, and faster growing company for the next quarter. Going forward, we plan to increase our focus on our core, Unity Editor and runtime monetization solutions, as we continue to see significant opportunities for growth in these businesses, including AI. In addition, we aim to sharpen our focus on fewer large and more attractive businesses where our capabilities offer a clear competitive advantage, like digital twins. A market can only support a limited amount of eternal games. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That market already kind of getting somewhat of a full with already going live services. So trying to get into that market now is getting a lot harder now. That is for sure. Huh? Uppercut skills back. EICT Galizerove says gaming site will no longer update regularly, citing burnout, underfunding, and understaffing. And see, this is what all those people going independent, that is what awaits them. Burnout, underfunding, and understaffing. Basically. Site is shutting down its Patreon and will stop regularly publishing new content. As much as I care about this work and want to continue, the fact of the matter is I'm pretty much completely burnt out, disillusioned, and way understaffed and underfunded. And I need to walk away for the time being for my own sake. Site will remain up for now, but Uppercut will stop accepting pitches at the end of the month and for the foreseeable future. Oh damn, Steve, the legendary. They may post occasionally, and the site's indie mixtape podcast will continue, but is looking for a new home. Thank you everyone who supported us over the years and meant a ton to us and helped us to make at least a small impact during our time in operation. Please support the small sites that are still around, like Into the Spine, Start Menu, Deep Hell, No Escape, and try to find others like them. That is exactly how it goes, man. You go independent, you get that stuff to deal with. A Molasses Flood Witcher game could be open world, it seems. It is. The multiplayer-based title. A job listing surfaced on LinkedIn advertising a vacancy at the Molasses Flood's Boston office, spoke of the need to source senior or principal level designer to create spaces set in the Slavic open world of The Witcher. It was said just a few months ago amidst the reshuffling of priorities in CDP that a Molasses Flood game, Project Sirius, will be one of the most innovative games to ever grace the Witcher franchise. According to reports, it's a multiplayer-first game with single-player elements. Alright. The base nature of the game was, potentially up until now, kept under wraps. We'll see. They rebooted after that, though, in the end, so... So yeah, okay, not sure what exactly it opened, yeah. Create spaces set in Slavic open world. Oh yeah, I guess. Alright, I see. I guess. The legendary Pepe Maldini, indeed. Indeed. Multiplayer and open world, yeah. With single player elements, mind you. Well, I guess we'll see what that's gonna be. The World of Warcraft on console isn't off the table, Blizzard reveals. I mean, I'm surprised it's still not there. Surprised it's still not there, though. Idea franchise would one day find its way to consoles. Of course, yeah, we talk about it all the time. The console market for MMOs is insane. Because, like, I mean, how many, like, you know, big MMOs are on consoles? You basically have only, like, Final Fantasy and Elder Scrolls, right? That's pretty much it, I think. Out of the big stuff. And the small stuff usually don't even get there. Controls would be whack. Probably. Final Fantasy somehow manages, though. And they probably could kind of manage that. Somewhat, but yeah, like it's the money maker there, absolutely. Like there is no pretty much like all those, you know, endless, countless Korean MMOs, for example, that they pump like crazy. They barely get over to consoles. They get way less competition. And more, you know, like way less competition, way less how do you say? Like spoiled, I guess, communities and everything by lots of other MMOs. And yeah, they just like more hungry for something like that because there is not that much of that kind of games to play on their platform. So yeah, that's golden there. The finals had 7.5 million players for its open beta. Insane. Unforgettable week for us. A whopping 7.5 million contestants entered the arena. Now it's time for us to hunker down and get back to work on all the fixes and improvements you helped us identify. Yeah, I wonder how it's gonna scale into, like, you know, a release and then the long term. What was the name of that one with the portals and everything? That one was like, bro, it's insane. Like, so many people playing, developers like overwhelmed. And then like a couple of weeks passes and it's gone. Like no one even playing it anymore. At least they managed to farm kinda in those first few weeks when it was super popular, but then it was just kinda like poof. Blizzard is looking for more independence with games, and company president says that. Yes, you will go, I see. Speaking with Bloomberg, Ibarra says Xbox boss Phil Spencer has made it known that he wants Blizzard to be more self-sufficient moving forward with its games and plans. I absolutely love that. Well, I would love that too. That motivates the teams. Going to Phil and saying, hey, can we do this? I think he would look at me and go, run your studio. I do think our decision making will be faster. With that mindset, Ibarra believes that it will allow Blizzard to work on past franchises that haven't seen work in quite some time. One-side series is StarCraft. That set is not something Ibarra is going to just jump into without a real plan or goal. It's not me saying go make a StarCraft game, he said. Need to have someone who has the vision and passion that comes with the idea, and I'll bet on that team. Well, that team that was passionate about making StarCraft already making another game, so they probably not coming to you anymore. Nintendo president says Switch 2 rumors are inaccurate. Let's see. Can provide explanations about next generation's consoles to specific software makers in 2022. Shuntaro said that rumors are circulating mainly on the internet as if they were public information, but they are inaccurate. Just because a company filed a patent for a console with 2 screens, it doesn't mean it will be installed in the product. Let's see. Alright, that was the patent last week. We checked that they're gonna be like the two screens console or something. Gonna get StarCraft, but not as an RTS. Yeah, I think so. I don't think they're gonna be touching RTS. Well, actually, like under Microsoft, they might, because there is always Game Pass, right? Microsoft like strategies. We have all the Age of Empires stuff being quite successful, so they probably could support something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Hogwarts Legacy Nintendo Switch gameplay leaks online. Not supposed to be available to purchase, one lucky player was able to get access to the game ahead of time. Was able to play some of the game, but did say that the full game wasn't able to be played due to some of it needing to be downloaded, and no day one patch for some reason. Check the game for yourself. Obviously, it's Nintendo. It's already destroyed. I wouldn't even watch that because you don't want to be destroyed by Nintendo. That guy's already dead, probably, or something. Assassin's already on the way. But yeah, it already removed. Apparently looks pretty good on Switch. Probably not that hard to make it look better than like Mortal Kombat 1 did, so you know. The expectation's already kinda low. True, man, cow, true. Yeah, it's the case of priorities. Like, why would you prioritize making like StarCraft when the fucking horse in World of Warcraft made more money than the whole game? I do agree. They just prioritized, you know, making those horses for World of Warcraft. And considering nowadays they also try to cut the expenses, yeah, they're probably not going to be a lot of experimenting and doing some genres that are not super popular. It might be Steve, yeah. Star Citizen is going free to play for November. Damn son, it's time. 2 weeks and the most ambitious space exploration games is going free to play. From 17th to 30th of November, you guys will be able to play a Star Citizen. Not sure if I will join on that. I do have the SCUF Star Citizen single player going right now. Even though Star Citizen might actually be better than that, to be honest, but you know, we'll see. Blizzard's president slams gamers' lack of patience. It also took time to address the state of gaming at large, picking on the ever-evolving gaming community and blasting them for their lack of patience, particularly where live service games are concerned. In the interview with The Verge, Mike Ibarra spoke about the nature of live service games and how they are facilitating a paradigm shift in the industry. It's a way of delivering games that's seeing players call out for more content all the time, and it's getting tougher for developers to answer that demand. Players have no patience, they want new stuff every day, every hour. We're trying to react that way while holding the Blizzard quality bar high. With live service games, the focus is on delivering content incrementally. Overtime updates will be rolled out to inject fresh content into the game, whether that be skins, maps, modals, or events. How Fortnite and Call of Duty Warzone work, for example. I don't think people are like really super pogging about, you know, being able to spend money on a new skin. I wouldn't consider that content for me though. It's also how Diablo 4 works, which is one of Blizzard's biggest, brightest new titles. Well, they do deliver skins though, for sure. Not for free though. Barra spoke about trying to create a balance between satiating the players and creating valuable content. No players want new content literally almost every single day, and at the same time, it takes the large teams to be able to deliver that. So you have to monetize it in the right ways. At the same time, I always tell the teams when someone spends $1 or a penny with Blizzard, I want them to feel good after they do that. How do we get to a world where we know that's always going to be the basis of what we are doing? This increasingly digital age, people want things as fast as possible, as often as possible. Getting bored with content drops days after they're released, and then we move on to the next live service game and soak up whatever that has to offer. That's the thing. That's also partially probably because there's that many of them. So you just kind of like, you know, go in, and that's normal. They also, like, Blizzard also probably kind of got used to the fact that they used to, like, you know, like having all those giga subscribers, right, who sub to World of Warcraft forever. But times change, man. People come in, people done with the content, and they move on because there is so much content around, and you can't fight that because there is too much all over the place. Yes, Steve, yeah, exactly. Like you try to go into this market. Well, be prepared that you will need to keep up because there are so many other games and stuff that people might just go and play. But then, you know, you need to compete then. A new Mass Effect might not release until 2029, it's claimed. It's the Jeff Grubb, I see. It went off against BioWare's timeline, stressing that even though teasers are being posted as recently as yesterday, it could be 2029. It was backed up by comparison against Dragon Age Red Wolf, which was revealed back in 2018 and still doesn't exist. In fact, it was recently delayed, and it's expected that it won't be released until maybe next year. Alright, did they say anything more substantial there? Game just nowhere near coming out. Was told when they revealed Dragon Age Red Wolf in 2018. This is similar in terms of timeline. Was announced in 2018 and is not expected until next year. Now do the math for that. We're not getting this game until 2029. Well, that's like very like nice approximation, but yeah, totally not gonna happen anytime sooner because they need to deal with Red Wolf first and then already like switch to another one. So kind of makes sense. Sure about 29 though. Considering like the... Well, you never know though with BioWare also with all the Fiesta going on. Like, they could always pull, you know, stuff like with Call of Duty, for example, and just make it in, you know, in 1.5 years. You never know. Valve still says Steam Deck 2 isn't coming soon. Yes, only had announced. The second one still ways away from happening. Valve J Shaw says Steam Deck still ways away. Don't know it'll be a while. We're very, very, very proud of this version of Steam Deck, and this is it. This is the one that we are the most happy with, and we think customers will be too. The idea of Steam Deck 2 is always something the designers at Valve are thinking about. We're thinking about Steam Deck 2 at all times, but I think we're so satisfied here that this is really the kind of high end of what we wanted to do. One thing we did get in was, you might talk about it separately, but we were able to do that limited edition with the fun translucent shell. Been waiting for that the whole time. That was my #1 request. Can we please make a spicy version? I'll see. They did make Dragon Age 2 anything is possible. Yeah, like if you know, EA will need to like cover some whole, like EA did this like split now in divisions, right? Like before it was like just EA, you know, all the games, all revenue in one go. Now they did the split. Now they separated, you know, sports games and stuff in a separate department. So now basically, you know, when before like FIFA, you know, all that shit was contributing to the whole company basically. Now they're all gonna have different measures. So there's gonna be, you know, FIFA is pumping, but FIFA is separate. You guys are not pumping, so why are you not pumping? And that's when we might also, yeah, start seeing some like, you know, giga crunching, giga rushing, and all that stuff, because, you know, Without the FIFA carry every year and all that stuff, that's gonna be probably kind of harder to satisfy the corpa, you know. They will start asking questions, like, why you guys not like FIFA? Where's the money, dude? Get all the Marvel shit also, yeah. Companies wanted to buy IO Interactive for just $1. Hitman's developer IO Interactive went through a dire stretch that almost saw the company sold for a single dollar. It was touched upon during an interview with Hakan Abrak, the CEO of IO Interactive, who explained that when the studio disappointed parent company Square Enix, the Japanese firm kicked off DEFCON 1, trying to a desperate hand off the ownership of the studio. The interview published by Abrak stated that he was barely 3 months into his role as CEO at IO Interactive when the president of Square Enix informed him of the intent to divest IO. Reportedly, IO Interactive hadn't made any money for around a decade, and in the bid to ship the studio off its books, Square Enix was entertaining offers for just a single dollar. It was also stressed that the company could have been dramatically downsized and pushing forward with the free-to-play model for the legendary stealth action franchise. By the end of the debacle, IO Interactive decided to just buy itself out, but not for $1. Some companies would offer $1 to take over IO because of the responsibilities and running costs. We couldn't pay anywhere near what potentially a big company could. We paid what we could, and we came up with a deal where Square Enix kept a minority part, kind of a lottery ticket for them. Following a round of layoffs and some issues gaining traction, IO Interactive managed to get back on its feet, turning things around universally for both the firm and the Hitman franchise. They actually did. They did actually turn around, like, completely. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't played that one, but I heard legends about it. I heard legends about that one. Duke Cockle returns as Geralt in a new Witcher animated series. So yeah, the Witcher anime time. Iconic voice and is instantly recognizable as the white-haired legend that is Geralt, and has provided his acting talents for the character since 2007's The Witcher. Yeah, so they're gonna have the Witcher anime now. And anime everything. What did we get? Also Terminator and stuff now? What a time to be alive, man. The Witcher just like... Witcher, I mean Netflix finally realized what we're already talking about for a while. Weebs will buy everything, so they just gonna make everything weeb now. They just gonna feed the weebs. Then when weebs will become more smart and stuff, they will start milking furies or something. Imagine like the fury adaptations of games and movies and stuff. The Fury Witcher or something. That would be something. That would be something, man. And maybe we'll get into that timeline at some point. Alright. One sec, let me see here. Terminator, Onimusha, Devil May Cry, Witcher, and Far Cry, yeah. Insane, dude, huh? Insane. Let's see. Oh yeah, there was this one. Snoop Dogg and his son launch Fortnite publishing label to Death Row Games. Hey, it was hello. How we doing? Cordell Brodus and his father say they are attempting to elevate the work of diverse creators. Damn. The Fortnite publishing label. So how will that even look? Develop and publish games in Fortnite through its Unreal editor. Oh, I see. Alright. True, stay true. Gotta earn that title. Yep. Ain't that simple, man. Ain't that simple. Brodus was recently the creative director on play-to-earn cryptocurrency game called Doggy Dash. That Snoop Dogg has loaned his likeness to a number of high-profile video games in the past. That we know. Alright, a play to earn. Yeah, I see how it is. Doing good, Abbas. Wrapping things up here. With W's. A new Sony patent will let you replay a game from any point possible. Feature allowing users to cherry-pick exact moments from which they can replay a game. Alright. Feature that would empower users to track back through a campaign and select a specific moment in time to change a decision, re-experience something epic, or recount their steps without needing to replay entire chapters of the whole game. That's kinda cool. And from content creator, well, yeah, a huge win for content creators, for example. Yep, absolutely. Like, you want to, like, show some particular moment? There you go, easy. That's nice. That's pretty cool. Sounds kinda dank, yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be really, technically. Sounds difficult to do. Well, you will need some sort of, like, system. Kind of like, you know, like the game state. But also that will kind of have some sort of, like, markers. So you basically just, like, go back. Yeah, like the chapter codes and stuff. You just need to do them, like, every moment, yeah. So it's gonna be kinda tricky. Impossible with open games? Yeah, with open world, I'm not sure actually how. Like, well, I mean, I guess you can, like... Yeah, with open world, it's probably gonna be, like, tied to some, like, you know, key moments, most likely. Like, can't just, like, get somewhere randomly in the world during that moment or something with that particular gear or some stuff, right? Which is also kind of like, not every game probably will work, because, like, what about, like, the gear and everything? Which gear will you have if you had, like, inventory or something? Like, if it's in your playthrough and you kind of backtrack your playthrough, that will be probably more doable. So you kind of already played through it and just kind of, like, made a cache of all the different things you did, and then you can just, like, go back. Which, I mean, I guess that's how it should be. Like, it should be your playthrough, you can backtrack, not just randomly start any moment, I guess. Create a world and you being thrown in. Yeah, sorta. But yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That would be really cool.